You know how you just sit in your car and run the FM dial radio? Just keep pushing the buttons so the spracha and the acid in the ear is not one of the idiots that just talk like a DJ or an MC of nobody cares. No, yeah, and the callers that call in all sorts of stupid, right? Yeah, not those. The ones like, I don't know, Savage Love, did somebody break your heart? And you're like, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'll listen to that one. That one has pertinent whatever in today's day and age. And where are we in the story of everybody lost their fucking heads? Right, okay, so between chicken heads and what's the other one? I forget. Alright, so I'm sitting here at the train station in Bayside, and the MTA police pulls up, and I'm like, Now, I've seen them before, but it gets confusing, and I don't know who they're commissioned by, and now I learned that word, because apparently there's some tie-in to some bigger office elsewhere for how does things get run around here. I don't know, looks like circles, but whatever. So I asked the kind gentlemen in their uniforms, I said, before you leave, I said, excuse me, I said, can I just ask you real quick? I'm like, I don't know, you're allowed to ask the police? I mean, they're in uniform. I mean, they're the ones who are supposed to work with the public and teach us stuff, right? I mean, why is it that all of the foreign kids happen to know everything? And I'm like, do I raise my hand? Do I go track them down? Like, are they gonna? And then, like the other, I found in my PD officers not too long ago where I actually was asking them questions. They're like, so now that's interesting, because why don't they working with the public and they don't know? No, how do we fix this broken whatever? So the two kind gentlemen said they work state, and their boss is Cuomo, and the railroads run by the state. I did not know that because it gets confusing with MTA because that runs into the city. But then again, I guess you have to have crossover just to be on the safe side, I suppose. Although I think that just gives a loophole for the monkey games and whatever. 10 red circles running at the same time. Are they ever going to catch the thing that keeps slipping from all 10 circles and keeps going around? And then they're like, I found another one. I found another one. And it's like, anybody gonna stop the 10 red monkeys from jumping on the bed? I'm just curious. All right, so then I went today because Tia Frio got me the SIM card, but it didn't fit. But the regular SIM pops down to a nano, Nano. Whatever, I don't know how that works, but so I went on the camera at T-Mobile in Bayside. I was really having the time of my life because I'm like, these fucking broken humans, I fucking hate them, and I'm tired of being like, I give a shit about your fucking circus. So I was looking up and I'm like, there are about 5 or 6 different surveillance cameras, like all different kinds. Like, silly landlord can't get the same company or same manufacturer, has to have 6 different ones. Really, 6? I didn't get a real legitimate count, so don't take my word on 6. But there were definitely more than 3 different kinds of video camera in the schlock up that they call T-Mobile in Bayside, just for whatever, since FCC is now run out of the Pacific state of California and not out of New York State, which is totally illegal. The Federal Trade Commission and the federal everything is supposed to be run out of the Empire State, since I am just sitting here on my tuchus waiting for some human to get their fucking shit in order and get my real life fixed. But right, then they played in the 10-ringed monkey game. They're like, wait a minute, we want to see our CDC numbers go down before we allow her and you. Right, but your CDC numbers are going to keep going up because she's Venom. And while the FBI and the CIA and then the stupid corporate guys all play this 3-ring circus, the CDC numbers are going to go up because everybody's busy, doing busy. I'll call you, but then, wait, whose guy are you? Right, yeah, you better call James Earl Jones on the 9X bill. I mean, seemed to know a lot, but whatever. So then it's like, okay, so who forgot the kid? Right, who forgot the little girl in the train station or the car or the whatever for 42 years? Well, you're all playing circus games, trying to police and be important, but not too important because you don't upset the circus. Right, so who picks up the little kid out of the gutter and then brings her to the Citadel Citrus Abbey or whatever in special places? But she doesn't really want to have New York tryouts for every man and then give the poor Vatican a problem. And like, I really didn't want to meet anybody else, but like, we got so many Stargate Guardian issues. It is like a realm unto itself. And then I got street people playing street games because they're like the trickle down intel. And then they switch because there's a torsion effect with time and space because the little girl is still now 42 and nobody fixed time and space because they didn't bring her to the other space astronaut, cosmonaut, kiddo that they were born for each other, right? That was kind of the point of like, your jobs in the street will get easier. And you'll be able to figure out your part and look more like a superhero if, more than a juggler, if we get the one capstone project, right, the little kid, right, to the cosmonaut, astronaut, whatever. Don't tell the scientists, they get crazy. And what? Who programmed who? Right, yes. So that's that. But so on the radio came the king of wishful thinking. I'm the king of wishful thinking. I'll get over you. I know I will. Yeah, because you've left a hole in my heart. Yeah, that's kind of like Nicklaus and I singing to the Pope and his guy, McCormick, something like along those lines. Rick is, right, whatever. And then Ranger Rick is whatever. And then we've got, that's one group of quiet guys of dangerous things. Then we've got the next level of, that's kingdom business. Then we got when they make mistakes, it goes out to the U.S. speaker, like stadium level of, hear ye, like everybody who might have a criminal network or idea or thought that getting mad and going to ruin the world was a good idea. Here's where we're at in the score of 7 years ago. Right, the 4 right, for the 7-hold cock, right, yeah, he's still trying to get in year 2020 to the 8-hold cunt that he was born for. And that means that all you in the U.S. arena fucked up. And some of them are like, yeah, we won. Wait, what do you mean we fucked up? But we're supposed to be the bad guys. Here's the thing, U.S. shitheads, at 100%, you're all in the same toilet bowl together, right? And you just dove in and then caused a major clog at the bottom of the hole. So we couldn't get new clean water. That's going to be a problem for you and your kids. None of us really care at superheroes did something right, and they're going to love us and take care of us for helping somehow. Right, okay, so if we could 7 years ago, the 7-hole oct and Zybin and the oct 8-hold Cole, Cole, that would be really fabulous. Because there was some other, I think one of the 10-ring slippers, SLIPPERS, showed up, said he got some text message. It wasn't from me, because I didn't have a cell phone. I was on T-Mobile Camera Live. I'm the king of wishful thinking. Right, detective showed up to talk to him about whatever that was about. I still have no fucking clue what the hell you all do during the day, or how you get tipped off, or where you're sent, or it's a scary fucking world. I just want one guy, and he just wants me, and we have to talk to you guys in the middle, and it gets like, what day are we waking up in? Is she on anybody's schedule other than the criminals? I'm just kidding. Right, okay, so if we start sending the good guys in to intercept all the bad guys on the schedules that work with the cosmonaut and little astronaut at 42 in a train station, could we maybe become more successful at fixing it? Leave it a better place than when we found it? I don't know. I mean, that was the goal, but here we are in 42 years of a clog in the bottom of the toilet. Me in it. And everybody fighting for toilet paper on top of the shit that I'm stuck underneath. Right, so now let's think about this. Right, so we had the Aeroforce. So I did one of my cut-ins because who knows which one of the silly 10-ring circus of slippers and guys and gals are going to shut off the wrong camera just because they had a U.S. patent pull for one. So that's why it might help to have like 4 or 5, I don't know how many different ones, just to make sure you all have the same criminal network information for all your superheroes. And then your superhero stays safe because you're the superhero of your people, you're the superhero of your people, you're the superhero. Go clean your own shit. Like, why are we cross-multiplying and giving the criminals more reason to, like, gang up on us at superhero territory? I don't get it. Right, yeah, I don't know. You guys don't make a lot of sense, but okay. Let's think about this. All right, so the cell phone, and then... Right, oh, and then the girl, there was only 2 people helping a whole big, busy store today. And then one of the girls that I've had a problem with before, she came out, white girl no less. She came out and then she just starts talking to some venereal disease couple that doesn't belong here, because I said so. And took them over me. So I'm sitting on camera. I mean, I'm wearing, and I even pointed it out. I'm like, right. So, because I could feel this one coming. So I'm just sitting there like I'm on a detail with my fucking arms crossed. And I'm like, waiting. She comes out, goes straight over to them. She's like, yeah, I forgot to put my T-shirt on. Right, really, Christine? Yeah, venereal disease couple, Korean, white, totally white, something with the eye. Yeah, it's called money hungry and shitbag on the inside, no morals whatsoever. That's what it is. So anyway, right, so that's that. So, and then she's like, there was I want to say darker skin, the one gentleman from Crave who claimed that he was a dark-skinned Punjab, that was where his family, what they're considered, right? I want to say it was along that same family line, but again, if he was lying to me, telling me the truth, I have no idea, because I can't get out of New York. So I'm going to go on that line of family genetics for a visual on the radio, or the record on the pull. And then it was... the white girl was like, so were you here first? Were they here first? And I was like, actually, I was here first. And she's like, oh, what do you need? What do you want? Pretty much. It's like, oh, wow, your T-Mobile customer service is really refreshing in America. So I said, well, Anthony bought me a SIM card. I was like, I need it. I was like, he tried to put it in. He says it doesn't fit. I was like, he said it was, he bought a Samsung, but I have an LG. And she's like, well, it's not cell phone specific. I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's what he said. And she's like, okay. And she's like, let me take a look at it. Like, I'm like, okay. And so I gave it to her. And it's just really amazing how obnoxious you Americans are. Like, at every gate, I mean, especially in New York, I don't know, is it just me? Because you all are a bunch of fucking mental and mentality cases of like, I can't get to kill enough of you for your disgusting venereal disease affliction? Or is it like, I mean, what the fuck is it with you New Yorkers? Is it American? Is it New York? I don't know. Could go either way on that one. And so I'm sitting there and she's like, I was like, do you have a phone number? And she's like, well, whatever. I was like, no, this is, I don't, like, where do I find the phone number before I leave? And she's like, oh, hello? So then she gives me, like, has to push some funny buttons on the phone I would have never figured out to get a copy of the phone number. And she's like, here it is. And I'm like, 929. I was like, really? I was like, that's New York? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I mean, Excuse me, hold on a second. I have to speak to Smart for a moment. New York is 212-347-917-718-631-516. When did we go to 929? And so now I say to her, I'm like, when did that happen? And she's like, I don't know, like 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh. I was like, now, quick question. I was like, you say that to me like that's common knowledge. Was I supposed to know that just because of the way you said it? I'm just curious. And she was like, I don't know. It's just your human is just really fucking disgusting. I really fucking hate cesspool kids. I swear to God. I've been living with them my whole fucking life, dying to get the fuck out of here. I really don't like anything human. This array of what you got going on in New York is really, really shitty. This is why I keep my kids locked up and alone, because I don't want your exotic affliction rubbing off on them. I just don't. You be nice, you be kind, you be respectful, but in this turmoil, I don't want to start trouble with crazy and have my kids affected. Let's think about this. So that's that. And so that's all caught on the Aerocom and Statcom for update on CDC numbers of how does another white person treat me? Like shit. The white guys, though, the two officers at MTA, now see, their uniform respectables, they were incredibly nice. But they were on the job. It's the corporate college educate of this new breed that I fucking can't stand. They're the new next gen slipper kids of 10 greasy loops that they keep getting away with. So how far can we take this? I don't know when like the nice uniform MTA respectables gonna fucking cut off and like neuter all the kids. I don't know. I mean, 42 years ago was a good idea. I don't know what the fuck takes everybody so long in superhero territory.